one plays out. You know, the interesting thing about that fight, because I kind of looked it up, and I think this is kind of common knowledge, but Gary's going to be like the biggest opponent he's fought as far as like the height and reach. So I do wonder if Garry can kind of keep him on the outside or stuff those takedowns. What do you make of the main event?
Yeah, I don't know, because Garry is tall, he's long, but he's not like a Morales where he's like big and strong as well. Like Ian's not putting guys out with one shot. He doesn't really have that capability, so I don't think it's going to be too hard for Islam to get him down. Like, yeah, Ian's definitely long, but Ian's tall, but his reach is only 74 inches, so it's not like he has a
like a crazy reach. Yeah,
where it'd be a lot harder to get past his arms. I just think it's one-way traffic for Islam. I think he's going to get him down, and I think he will sub him. And I've seen stuff. Ian's not the heaviest 170 pounder either. Like, I think he fought in California where they release your weights for the fight night. I've seen one where I think he only gained like 11 pounds. Like, he was like 181 in the back. Like, I was like 198 like my last fight in the back, you know? Like, some of us 70, like, we get big, and he's just not. And I'm not saying that means a whole lot, but it definitely means something, you know? So yeah, he is tall, he is quote unquote long, but yeah, I don't think Islam's going to have too hard of a time.
Islam and Garry, welterweight title fight. You did have the one welterweight fight up there, so you got a little bit of experience up in that weight class. But just what's your thoughts on that fight, the build up, all that? I mean, that's a pretty big fight that's headlining your card.
I think it's a really good fight, and I think Ian is going to surprise a lot of people with how talented he is and how skillful he is. Actually, I trained with him for the Carlos Prates fight, so I'm excited to go see him perform as well. And yeah, I think he gets it done, so we'll see.
With the summer's most eagerly awaited clash drawing near, intense new debates are breaking out over the scheduled showdown featuring Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry. Prominent commentators, legendary ex-champions, and elite trainers are closely analyzing this matchup, carefully scrutinizing every angle from stand-up exchanges to grappling dynamics to foresee the outcome. Instead of merely picking who gets their hand raised, these analysts are breaking down specific tactical plans, potential adjustments, and crucial turning points that will define the year's most compelling championship bout, leaving fans eager to know what key observations they have uncovered so far.
Welcome to the party, sir. Do you think Islam retires if he finishes Ian Garry? I think if he finishes Ian Garry, he'll have another one or maybe two more after that. No, I think if he finishes him, he's going to stick around for a little while longer. But it really all depends on who they can get in front of him. That's the problem, you know. Will Islam be able to take down Ian Garry? Eventually. The question is not whether he can get him down. The question is how often, how quickly, and how long he can maintain that. Can he get him down? I think so. How much is he going to struggle for it, though?
Ian Machado Garry is taking on Islam Makhachev. And I don't know what the most thoughtful question is. I'm curious, if you were training Ian Machado Garry for this exercise, what are you focused on in training camp, knowing you're fighting a guy that is just so well versed at everything? And what are your thoughts about Ian's chances?
Look, well, first off, I mean, obviously you got to get the wrestling squared away, which isn't easy to do because the guy's at a super high level, but there is a big size discrepancy, Ken. You know what I mean? Like there is, he is long and lanky. I think he's awkward. You know, he's not like the most technically sound. And I think that actually is going to give Islam trouble, you know, because I think he's just a little quirky with everything. And he's got the size, I think, to give this guy trouble. He's big. Ian Garry's a big kid. This is a big 170 pounder. So I'm really curious to see how it plays out. But Islam is so squared away everywhere, and he's dedicated, you know, puts the time in with training and all that stuff. So I think it's a great matchup. I think it's a really, really good matchup.
Well, I think Ian Machado Garry will lead the dance when it comes to promoting this fight. And I'm sure you've spoken to Ian before, interviewed him. He has something. He has something special. When he came to the UFC, I had my concerns because this first couple of fights was nowhere near where he's at now, right? He was fighting B-level fighters and getting clipped at times. And so I was like, I don't know if this guy's going to be the star that he thinks he's going to be, but I've seen an evolution of him since then. And also in that, having spoken to him before and interviewed him, he's got a true, real, genuine it's not artificial. It's a real belief in himself. And that's always so powerful and dangerous. And he has that. So I always think he has a chance. Always think he has that opportunity. I think he will lead the dance. He will find some interesting things to say. He will find something to kind of take digs at Islam and try to find a trigger right there. But surprisingly, I like this little bit of trash talking that we're seeing from Islam. I think I saw something this morning where Islam said something about the only thing Charles Oliveira is going to teach you is how to tap very fast. And that was kind of snappy from Islam.
What does this win mean for Islam? Well, beating Ian Garry will break Anderson Silva's record of longest win streak in UFC history. Anderson has 16 wins in a row, tied with Islam. Islam will separate away from him with 17, which is historically one of the hardest accomplishments, with the fact that nobody has been able to do that in 13 years. Back when Anderson lost to Chris Weidman. Some fighters got close, like Kamaru Usman, like Merab Dvalishvili, but the fact that nobody beat Anderson Silva's record for 13 years is astonishing. If Islam pulls it off, that will be in the record books probably forever. I don't know if anybody can beat that. And 7 of those wins would be title fights across 2 different divisions. That alone would bring Islam's greatness to a whole different level. But that's not it. A win against Garry also rises Islam into the elite group of 4 champions who defended their title in 2 divisions.
Only 4 have ever accomplished it before. While public chatter surrounding the main event intensifies, Islam Makhachev is keeping his eyes strictly on the prize by ensuring he reaches peak condition before fight night. Recent updates confirm that the reigning title holder is satisfied with his preparation, noting that his training cycle is moving forward seamlessly. Makhachev has reassembled his core squad in New Jersey, putting Khabib Nurmagomedov back in charge to direct the regimen, where the crew continues to grind relentless daily sessions under Khabib's watchful eye.
Well, speaking of your own career, we're obviously a couple weeks out from your title defense against Ian Machado Garry at Philly at UFC 330. How has camp been? How's preparation been? What do you make of Ian as an opponent?
Yeah, everything is going very well. We stay in the same gym, like last couple of fights we stay in New Jersey and training in Nick Cotton MMA. It's very nice gym. I have too many my brothers and friends and sparring partner with me. Almost all team is here. We're training together. Khabib is here, Javier is here, and we're training every day.
Islam Makhachev brushed off claims that his impending title clash carries any international rivalry or national tension. Regardless of the storied combat sports history between their home countries, the champion considers this contest to be just another routine belt defense. Still, he took a subtle swipe at his opponent, mentioning that his camp has focused heavily on matching his adversary's relentless mobility. Believing he has already fully decoded his challenger's blueprint and habits, Makhachev remains locked in on hunting him down and dragging the fight to the mat.
So be ready.
And obviously Dagestan and Ireland have a bit of history with Khabib and Conor, obviously Paul Hughes and Usman over in PFL. You're preparing for another Irishman yourself. What do you make of he as an opponent and kind of carrying on that rivalry between countries?
This is just like a regular opponent, nothing some between country, but still we have 2-0 now, it's gonna be 3-0.
Has Ian any different than your past opponents? Because obviously he's very tall, he's very rangy, he can make the fight slow if he wants to. What do you make of his skill set?
His skills, I just have to run in this camp too much because I have to follow him because he runs too much, I know his game plan, we always see his fight and he has same style always. But I will try to catch him, take him down, just what I did with my all opponents.
He's done a lot of his camp, obviously, with Charles Oliveira. He's trained a lot. Is there anything Charles can tell him about you that you're worried about?
Indeed, many believe the challenger possesses the tools to give the champ a serious run for his money. Chael Sonnen publicly questioned Makhachev's take on Garry's movement, arguing that either Garry's mobility is misunderstood or Islam is intentionally hiding his actual fight plan. Sonnen suggested that constant retreat might actually make Garry trickier to take down under MMA rules compared to traditional wrestling, citing Garry's performance against Shavkat Rakhmonov as proof of his evasive capabilities. Meanwhile, Brendan Schaub highlighted how Garry's length, frame, composure, and fight IQ could allow him to execute a disciplined game plan to pull off a decision victory, while also arguing that an active champion is desperately needed to keep the weight class moving forward. Adding to the hype, Alan Jubin focused on the mental battle, expecting Garry's supreme confidence to push Makhachev while praising Islam's recent witty retorts for elevating the fight's entertainment value. Finally, Analysts like the Weasel emphasize that Makhachev is fighting for history itself, as securing a victory would notch his 17th consecutive win to break Anderson Silva's legendary record, cement his legacy as an all-time great, and potentially position him among the rare fighters who have held gold across multiple divisions.